Hello, little crafters. Um, I am live in the Facebook group at the moment, and so please do put your comments if you can see and hear me, if there is anyone there. My name is Nikki, and I'm a little crafter's mum. I've been a little crafter's mum for a couple of years now. I think our first box was the Arctic box, or Antarctic, the one with the penguins. And I've got 5 boys from age 10 down to age 1. So it's a busy house. And we love Little Crafters. We subscribe to the boxes, and a few of my boys are doing the AQA Unit Award schemes as well. So yeah, do say hello if you're there. Today's lesson is Introduction to the Greek Alphabet, which fits with the Unit Award scheme. 119580 is the number. It's down there in the corner. You can see some people popping up. Hello, Imogen. Hi, Alex. Lovely to have you. So let's get started. And hi from Dylan. So today we're going to have a bit of a think about naming the Greek alphabet, recognizing some of the letters, drawing a Greek letter, although you don't have to do that while I'm talking, you can go and do that afterwards, and putting some of the letters into alphabetical order as well, a few tips about that. Hi, Jensen, as well. So just as a starter, just to warm up our brains, you can type in the comments or shout at the screen. Tell me, do you know any Greek letters? You might not know that you know them. You might know them without knowing them, which will become clear when I speak through them. But if you know any, pop them there or shout it out. Alex is saying his favorite is Sigma. So yeah, he's heard of Sigma. Brilliant. That's one of the Greek letters. You may have heard... Here we go. I've got some pictures. So this is a bit of a clue. You might have heard the phrase alpha male. Often in the animal kingdom, it's talked about alpha males as the kind of top dog, the kind of one who is at the top. And often they have battles in some of the animal species. And the alpha is the one that comes out on top. And that's because alpha is the first letter of the Greek alphabet. So, yep. Hi, Elizabeth. We've got omega, alpha, and gamma. There's some ones that people know there. Then here's another clue for this English word, which is alphabet. That's made up of, you can see there, alpha and beta, which is the second letter of the Greek alphabet. So some English words have taken the Greek letters and merged them together like alphabet. This one is often used in science, gamma rays. Gamma is a Greek letter as well. So Alex is saying alpha, pi, omega, delta, beta. Yep, you know, lots of Greek letters. So this is another one that you've mentioned, Alex. Omega 3 is often found in vitamins. It's something that we need to help our bodies. That's from the Greek omega. This symbol might be familiar to anyone who is a mathematician. I'm not, but this is the symbol for pi, and which is also a Greek letter. So there we go. There's just some starter ones. So here we go. This is the Greek alphabet. Now I've put it in uppercase, mainly because the Little Crafters boxes stamps that were in some of the boxes were all in uppercase. So we're sticking with uppercase. The lowercase letters look a little bit different, the same as in English. So we'll go with uppercase. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speak through them. I don't know if you can see my arrow. I don't think you can point. Oh, yeah, you can just about see the arrow pointing at the different letters. So I'm going to speak through them. And if you want to say them along with me, if you know them already, that would be great. But otherwise, you can just repeat them after me. That's fine. So I'm not a natural Greek speaker. I have to be honest about that, first of all. I don't know Greek. My husband knows Greek. And so the way that I pronounce the letters is it's from an academic point of view. So it may not be exactly how you've heard them before. Certainly some of them, like pi, is pronounced very differently by Greek speakers. But I'll explain that as we go. That's fine. So let's get started. So the Greek alphabet starts with this letter here, alpha, which makes the sound ah. So alpha, ah, very similar to the English sound. Then we've got beta or beta, which makes the sound b, beta. Then this is gamma, which makes the sound g. Then delta, here we've got a triangle, makes the sound d, like dog. Epsilon makes the sound eh, like the English in get, how you would say eh. Then zeta, which makes the sound z, which comes at the end of the English alphabet, but in the Greek alphabet it comes much nearer the beginning, so zeta. Then we've got this letter here, which is pronounced eta, eta, and it makes the sound a. So like a long a in English and not a h for house. Very confusing, but that's eta, a. Then we've got theta. This is a lovely letter. I think this is my favorite letter, theta, which makes the sound th. Iota, which you might have heard as iota. It's the smallest Greek letter when it's in lowercase. So that's why we say an iota of something is small. Somebody's just saying the live on Facebook has ended, but we're still on YouTube, so that's good. So I'm just going to keep going. Iota makes the sound E, or sometimes I. Kappa, oh, it's back. Thank you, Elizabeth. Kappa makes the sound K. Lambda, here is L, lambda. Then we've got these two here, which are easy to remember because they are moo, like a cow. That's the name of the letter, and it makes the sound M, and nu, which makes the sound N. So very similar to English, those, moo and nu. Then coming down here, we've got xi, which you may have heard as xi. It's the kind of xi. You've got to really use your throat for that one. And it makes the sound x, x. Then we've got Omicron, which you might have heard from COVID. That was one of the variants, was named Omicron. And that makes the sound oh. Then we move to this one, which you'll know as pi, but it's pronounced p in Greek. And it makes the sound p. Then confusingly, this one that looks like a P, an English P, is actually rho, which is r in English. And here we've got, I think it was Alex's favorite, sigma. And then tau, if you want to say that one after me, tau, t makes the t. Then this one that looks like a Y in English, in Greek it's upsilon. And some people pronounce it upsilon, but it's actually upsilon, and it makes the sound oo. Then here, I also like this one. This is phi, or phi, you may have heard it, but it's phi in Greek. Makes the sound f. So again, that F comes in English much closer to the beginning of the alphabet, but in Greek it comes much nearer to the end. Then here, this X kind of shape is ki or kai, and it makes a k sound. You've really got to use your throat for that one. I'm not very good at that one, but a kai. Okay, and then nearer the end, we've got psi, or psi, which you might know from psychology. The word psychology, or the symbol for psychology, is this same symbol, but it's actually pronounced psi, like in the word tops. At the end of the word tops, it's that kind of ps sound. And finally, the last letter of the Greek alphabet is omega, or omega, and that says the sound O, this lovely symbol at the end. So there we go. If you've said it along with me, you've just said the Greek alphabet. I am very happy to say them again to anybody who would like to afterwards. So just send me a little message, or you can look it up online. It tells you how to pronounce it. So that's the whole of the Greek alphabet. They have some letters that they use in different forms depending on where they come in the word, but for sort of spelling words and things like that, this is the alphabet that's used there. So let's do a quick quiz, wake up our brains, have a jiggle around if you need to again. I'm going to show you a few symbols and you shout at the screen or put in the comments what you think the letter is. So this is the first one. You can either say the name of the letter or you can say the sound it makes, whichever you'd rather. Just give a couple of seconds. See if anyone wants to have a guess. Jensen says alpha, and he is completely correct. It's alpha. Yeah, the first letter of the Greek alphabet. So this is the one I find it easiest to remember because it's the same as in English. The beginning, alpha. Okay, here's the next one. Mike's got that one right as well. Alpha, brilliant. So this one comes at the end of the Greek alphabet. And it is, did you get it right? It's omega or omega, the last letter of the alphabet. So you can see this shape. It's not quite an O, not quite a complete O. That's earlier on in the alphabet. Omicron is a round O, but this is omega, the bit that's open. Okay, and the final one, here we go. We've got a slightly different looking symbol than the one I had earlier. This is if you're typing it into a computer. This is the font that it uses. And yep, Alex is right. That is the mathematical symbol and the Greek letter pi or P, as we said earlier, that makes the sound P. So there we go. Done a bit of a quiz there. So the next thing is to have a go at drawing a Greek letter, which is part of the AQA. You don't have to do it, but you can do it if you fancy having a go. Here are some ideas. It's your turn to get creative. So you could have a look at the alphabet and choose a letter that your name begins with. This is fine if you've got a name that begins with one of the letters that correspond to English in the Greek alphabet. So my name, Nikki, Nu is Nu, the Greek alphabet, the N. So I could do that one. You could just choose which letter you like best. Have a look at the alphabet and have a look at which one takes your fancy. Or if you don't like any of those ideas, you could just say, what's your favorite day of the week? And choose the letter that starts with that day starts with, but don't choose Wednesday because there's no W in the Greek alphabet. So as long as you choose one of the other days, you'll be fine. So there you go. You can see on the left there, that was me having a go at just writing, just with a pen, just some of the letters. So I had a go at writing alpha, beta, xi, tau, I think I wrote there. Delta is a triangle. So that's, if you can draw a triangle, you can draw delta. And this one here, this 3-line one is, the 3-line one is xi. And the X is a different letter that I'm trying to find. Someone will tell me it's key. The X is key. You could just draw it with a pen like I've done there, or you could get really creative. You can get your paints out, you can get your pencils out, you could do anything. You could make a Greek letter. But I'd love to see it. So if you do that, please do get your adult to put up a picture in the Facebook group. I'd love to see your Greek letters. And your attempt at those. Have a go at spelling a word if you'd like. And then finally, I've just got some tips for remembering alphabetical order, because it can be quite hard, I think, when you learn an alphabet in one language to then learn a different alphabet. I found this really hard. I tried to set myself the challenge of learning the Greek alphabet, and I think I got 5 or 6 in before I was a bit stuck. So if you were presented with a letter or 3 letters from the Greek alphabet, having a think about where they would go alphabetically. So remember, it starts with A, it starts with alpha, the same as English, and it ends with omega. So if you remember those 2 kind of bookends, if you were given alpha and omega and a different Greek letter, you would be able to put them in alphabetical order. Then the next letter after alpha is beta or beta. So again, corresponding to the English alphabet, A, B. If you were given A, alpha, beta, and another Greek letter, you would be able to put those into alphabetical order. Or if you were given beta and another Greek letter and omega, you would be able to put those into alphabetical order just by knowing those three things. And then just one, I put in that X shape, key, the Greek letter key is near the end of the alphabet. The same as in English, X is near the end. It's not right, you know, it's not just before omega. I think there's another letter before omega, but it's near the end. So if you had X, if you had key, sorry, and alpha and another one, again, you'd be able to put those into alphabetical order. So have a go. You could cut out maybe the symbols and see if you could pick three and work out where they went in alphabetical order. So then here are some challenges for you to go away with. Can you name the Greek alphabet? It's fine to read them and it's fine to repeat them after someone. I can't say them without looking at them. Or rewind this on replay and say the letters after me. Can you have a go at pronouncing them? Can you show someone what three of the letters are called? Could you point to them and say, this is alpha, this is beta, this is omega? And then can you show someone else, or a pet, or a teddy? Get your adult to watch you while you do that so that they can write it down if you're doing the AQA. And then have a go at drawing a Greek letter. Be as creative as you like or not. If you want to just use a pen, that's fine. Like I said, some of the ones I'd recommend that are easy are delta, because that's a triangle, or xi, which is those three lines, the shorter one in the middle. Or if you're used to writing English, alpha or beta are good ones to do. And then finally, can you cut out some Greek letters and put them in alphabetical order, or use the little crafters stamps as a kind of puzzle and pull out the ones, see if you can find the alpha, see if you can find the omega, and then see if you can find one in the middle that you know or that you like. So that is the end of my lesson. I hope that you know a little bit more about the Greek alphabet now. And I've had a lot of fun finding out about it. I really wanted to have a go at drawing my own nu for my name and colouring that in. I have been a bit busy this week, so I might go back and have a go at that. If I do it, I will pop it up in the Facebook group for you to see. And yeah, please do put up anything that you do, any kind of mix and match or ordering into alphabetical order. I would love to see them. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day and a great weekend. Bye.